Hey, I'm Stacey Smike Santiago, and this is Work Smarter, insight and tools to accelerate your fulfillment and success. Okay, so today I'm talking about something a little bit different, and that is, are you ready to start your own business? You might be early on in your career and feel like, oh, I have these visions, I have these ideas, and I really want to create something on my own. Or you might even be into a side hustle and you're in the process of growing that into your own business, wondering when you might want to take that next step. Or in a lot of cases, you've accrued so much experience over time and you know that you have so much value to give in a consulting capacity or in something else. Wherever you are along your career journey and whatever your origin of thought is for starting your own business, you're all at that one place, which is, well, should I do it? And when? What does my timeline look like? Well, I want to give you some information to help you work through that. So number one, assess your readiness for this. Why do you want to start a business? And that's huge, right? Oftentimes we're kind of pushed into that. Maybe it's from a layoff, or you're just thinking about, okay, I've got to have that additional stream of income, looking at retirement. Whatever those reasons are that are more practical, make sure it's a reason that also involves your passion and that is going to sustain you, because it is no easy task. What do you want to gain from it? And also, along with that, is what would you sacrifice for it? Okay, so you have to be ready to think about those things too. What do you want to gain? And if at face value, you might be thinking, well, success and sustaining and sufficiency. Okay, well, why? What does that look like to you? What does that mean to you? Okay. What are you passionate about creating in the world? What is the impact that you're wanting your product or service to have? And also, how risk tolerant are you? That's something you want to assess. If you want to just check in with yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, ooh, never, I love my W-2 job and I never want to part with it. 10 being, oh yeah, absolutely, I take risks all the time. I'm gonna go jump in the canyon next weekend. Okay, so rate yourself along that scale, because that's gonna be a factor in how confident you're gonna be, the kind of energy you're gonna have behind this. And then what do you need to have in place if you're currently employed and you're thinking about leaving it to start into this venture? Or if you're going to transition to it, what's that timeline look like? What needs to be in place? And not just, well, I got to have some good money and a cushion. You need to define that. Specify the dollar amount, specify where the assets are, specify your outgoing spend plan. All of that needs to be aligned. That's going to help you have more confidence in this potential risk that you're going to be taking. All right, second big thing here is mindset. And what motivates you? When you wake up in the morning and if you had your time and you could do whatever you wanted, what are you motivated to do? Okay? And then also on the flip side of that is, what holds you back? Okay? What is a practical limitation that you might have right now versus a security blanket of fear, where you're telling yourself you can't do it, that there's a barrier there, and it's really just something that you're afraid of. You're letting those gremlins talk you out of it. What would you feel and do if you succeeded? How would that be for you? What's that vision of success look like? Okay, and then also, how would you view failure if your business didn't take off, or if it was just crawling along and it took quite a while to make some progress there? How would you view that? Is that something you're afraid of, and why? Okay, so these are all mindset questions, and if you can get those lined up where you have worked them out, best place to process is in a journal where you can write out those questions and your thoughts to that. If you can get straight on those, that's going to help you have so much clarity to determine whether you're ready or not. Okay, and then let's say you are, right? Let's say you want to take this a little bit further. Let's get you to the first phase of brainstorming this. First, you got to know who your ideal client is, or your 5-star client. Okay, and whether that's going to be a type of company, a broad customer base, or a particular client that you might be working one-on-one with. You've got to identify who that is. Everything depends on that. So almost build like a little avatar. And if you struggle with building that out, pick a person, a fictitious person, choose a name, and write a letter to that person, talking to them about what their needs are, what they're wanting, what you are imagining they're feeling and they wish that they had that's going to make their life better. Okay, so you've got to know profile of your ideal client. Then you also have to know that client's top of mind challenge. What is your customer's problem that's causing this pain that they are already aware of, right? They have to know what it is, and ideally they have been searching for it, right? They're looking for it. It's on the top of their minds. It is a pain point that they will pay to have resolved. Okay, and then the solution. What is it you're gonna provide? What do they have, do, or feel as a result of using your product or service? That's huge. What is the impact of that solution? Is that something that they want because it's going to reduce their pain? Okay, so that's the place to start. Who's your ideal client? What is their top of mind challenge, their pain point they're going to pay for? And the solution. What are you uniquely providing that's going to answer it for them? So I hope that helps you get started in pondering whether you're ready to start your own business. And take it to the Career Mavericks Facebook group, where you can get tons more advice and resources and community there. Thanks, and I'll catch you next week.